Okay.
So we are going to analyze and discuss our part 1 and part 2. You want to explain what we were doing?
Okay, I'd like to do that. I remember that we agreed to do an activity where a student is left behind without anyone wanting to accept her in the groups. And so we videotape that situation where the student is not accepted, and we decided that the way to respond to the situation is to present a lesson on using the cover of the book. I remember that we were supposed to give that lesson to the students to be able to let them realize that looks or ethnicity, religion, or any other personal differences may be overcome by looking at what's inside the book. And then we allow them to write something relating to the use of the crayons. And so after that, we decided that we have to do something more beside the lesson. And so we decided that one thing we can do is to talk to the students about the situation, relating it to the lesson. And so that's what we did in the second video. We videotaped students asking them how they would feel if they would be taking out one color from the crayons, how it will not be the same without that one color from the crayons. And we also did a videotape where the teacher talked to the student about what she can do to be able to be accepted in the group, because we found out in that situation that the student is not participating in the groups because she feels she has nothing to share. But then we found out in the second video that there are actually skills and talents that she can share in the group. Okay, by the way, this is the classroom where we did all of the recording of those videos. So this is my classroom. Yeah, so we decided to do it that way. And one reason I think that we decided to resolve it in such a manner is because making decisions in behalf of the students generally is more acceptable if the students are part in the decision making, instead of just telling them, okay, this is what you do. It will not work so much better than having to ask them, what do you think they can do? So that's what we did, the first two videos.
And why was this so important to you?
This is important because, as I said, it's the decision when it's coming from the top and just letting it go to the students is not as effective as having the students be participants in the outcome, in the decision that is made. So what we did in that video is we asked the students, making them realize that they really have to accept her because she's part of the class. She's part of the crayons. She's one color in the crayon.
And is this you really wanted to do this story because it's real to you. You are a teacher in a classroom, and this is going on every day in your classroom, right?
Yeah, this is what I would want my students to really do. Every day as we do activities in the classroom, I normally would involve them in the decision making. I think that's best.
Is there anything, Eunice, that you think we could have done differently?
I think that it was a good way to resolve this situation. I think that there are many other activities that we can do besides the story and the colors. I think that there are other activities where we can analyze the difference and the things that united the can unite the students. I think that any of them could be a good option in the classroom. Also, according to the age of the students and the situation that was established. And I think that what I was searching, maybe we could teach more some words. Maybe we can teach the students the difference between prejudices, between discrimination, and why these things can be impact their life outside the classroom, and maybe in their families, in the street, with their friends. That this problem is not only in the classroom, but outside also, and they can have more tools to analyze their environment, their relationships, and know what to do in those cases, so they can how can I say, they can have a better relationship with other people. I think that if we teach these more academic words, maybe we can give them more tools to the students.
I like it.
Yeah.
I found this picture that I thought would be perfect.
Uh-huh.
I thought that would be perfect for what we were doing. Make room for the extra.
Oh yeah. Yes. Yes. I think this is just perfect. I've known that Mormonad. That's a perfect picture.
I also found in the new era, geared towards youth, that they were reminded that if you're in that situation, do not lower your standards to try and fit in. They were also counseled, don't become angry or hold a grudge.
Mm-hmm.
And they were also counseled, do not wait forever for someone to ask you to be their friend. Go out and be a friend.
Yeah.
We have talked about that before. Now it counsels those, the other group, to make an effort to talk to new people at school or at church. Reminded us to stand up to people who try to make others feel unwelcome.
Mm-hmm.
It also said to sit beside someone who is sitting alone. And it also said that if you're not sure how to help someone else, pray about it.
Okay. I think those are very good ideas. Very good ideas. Mm.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, both of your suggestions are really very good. I feel that those things can be done. I like the idea of Eunice that we teach the students how to react even outside in the outside of the classroom, because what we're dealing in this situation is only inside the classroom. But I like the idea that we can extend this outside of the classroom, that they can actually learn to make the decision even if it's outside of the classroom, if they are faced with the same situation. So I like, and in your picture and your suggestion from New Era, I think those are really great.
Did you find any scriptures that you thought fit our situation? Eunice? Can you think of any scriptures? You maybe could not quote it, but can you think of a story maybe?
I remember because I read an article in the Insight that talk about in this part of the Book of Mormon, when Christ came to to America and taught to the people, and they started to build Zion between them, and there weren't difference between people. There were Lamanites, Nephites, I don't know.
Yeah, they're all together.
They were only one people. They weren't different. You are maybe in our situations is it could be applied to you are a man, you are a woman, you are rich, you are poor, you are from the north, you are for the south. Those different didn't exist when Jesus came to the America and taught the people. So I like that scripture because it applies in every situation. Maybe in the church we say that, oh, you are an active member and you are not an active member, and you are the president and you are the student or anything else. No?
Yeah.
If we can implement this idea or this model of life that was in America, that there weren't difference between people. They were different because we are human and
Or
we
unique.
are
Yeah.
different, but they didn't made distinctions between people. They were all children of God.
United.
They were
Yeah.
all valuable.
Of one mind and of one heart. Yeah.
Exactly, and that's a good scripture for me.
Yeah. May I share a scripture also, Karen?
Sure.
Yeah. I remember during the time of Jesus Christ, there was this tax collector. And when Jesus Christ was passing by, he even climbed up a tree, a sycamore tree, to be able to see him. You remember Zacchaeus. And then Jesus Christ, upon passing that tree, looked up and told him, I'm going to dine with thee in thine house. I remember how it made someone who was supposed to be a sinner felt. The people reacted by telling Jesus Christ that you shouldn't associate yourself with this kind of people. But we remember how Jesus Christ responded, that he did not discriminate even with the sinners. He went to his house. He dined with him. So if Jesus Christ can do it through his perfect example, I think we too should not discriminate about anyone, even if we feel that they are the wrong kind of people. At least not, maybe we're afraid of being contaminated or maybe, I don't know, but his perfect example of acceptance of different kinds of people is, I think, is very good for this activity also.
I like that. I also found a scripture in Luke where they're talking about the lost sheep. If you have 99 of them and one runs away, you're going to look for that lost sheep. And he goes on to say that when the lost sheep is found, you bring your friends and your neighbors. You rejoice that the lost sheep is found. He's not lost anymore. And even we're taught that we should gather them. Everyone know, not one person.
Yeah, have a peek. Perfect. Perfect.
Is there anything anyone else wants to add about our presentation?
I think we did a great job. At least I felt we did.
All right. Well,
one thing I really
watching. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Thank you for watching part 1, part 2, and part 3.
Wait, sister. Yeah, may I just say something?
Sure.
Yeah, there is a portion in the instruction where we have to tell how this applied to us. I think this is a perfect example. Our group is a perfect example of acceptance, of diversity and differences, and yet we have worked together to come up with this project really well. So I feel very good. Thank you.
Do you want to tell them where we're from?
Yeah, I'm from the Philippines.
I am from Mexico.
And I'm from Pennsylvania in the United States.
And we all work together for this wonderful project.
Okay, thank you. So I'm going to stop recording.